Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make a basic granny square just like this for beginners and anyone who's new to crocheting. Let's get started. Okay, to start off our granny square, we're going to do a slip knot by crossing over the two strands, putting our hand through, grabbing the long string, and pulling it through just like that. Place it onto your hook, tighten it, and we're ready to go. So to start it out, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to chain 4. So what's 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've chained 4, we're going to be working 2 double crochets in this first chain that we did, that's by the tail. And to do that, we're just going to yarn over, put our hook through that first chain, yarn over, pull through, and then we're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2. And that right there is a double crochet. So let's do one more double crochet in that same hole. So yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2, just like that. Now we have completed our first cluster. Each cluster is going to consist of 3 double crochets, but we just went ahead and counted those extra 3 chains that we did at the beginning as a double crochet. So that is why we only did 2 double crochets, but it still counts as the first cluster. The first row will consist of 4 double crochet clusters. So let's work on the next one. So from here, you're just going to chain 2, 1, 2, and now we're going to do 3 double crochets in that same hole that we've been working in. So yarning over, going through, yarn over, pull through, go through 2, pull through the last 2. So that's 1 double crochet, 2, and 3, just like that. So now we have completed 2 double crochet clusters. To start the next one, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and going in the same hole, we're going to do 3 more double crochets. Let's do 1 more, and then we'll be finished with the first row. Chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Once we've made it to the end of the round, we're just going to chain 2, and then we're going to do a slip stitch in the first double crochet. So as you can see here, we have that first 3 chains, and then this double crochet is right here. This is where we're going to go in. So put your hook through the 2 loops at the top, yarn over, pull through, and then we're just going to take that first loop and we're going to put it into the second one, just like that. And now you've completed the first round, which is the brown color right here. For the second row, we're going to be putting 2 clusters in each of our holes. And to separate the 2 clusters, we're going to be chaining 2. Now to start the next row, we're going to start by chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to flip a project just like this, and then you're going to find this hole right here where we had chain 2 to make these little spaces in between the clusters, and we're going to be working in there. So starting in the first one, we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and now we have our first cluster. So from here, we're just going to chain 2, and then in that same hole, we're going to put 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now what we just did was a corner piece. Every time you begin a new round and you chain 3, that first chain 3 is going to count as a double crochet. So as you can see in that first cluster we only did 2 double crochets because the 3 chains that we had done had already counted as a double crochet. But in all the other clusters, we're just going to do 3 double crochets. From here, we're just going to go into the next chain 2 space, and we're going to do 3 double crochets. So yarn over, so that's 2 and 3. There's your 3 double crochets. And since this second row is just all corner pieces, we're going to be putting 2 clusters in each hole. So to separate this cluster, we're just going to chain 2 again and do another one in the same hole, doing the 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Now we're just going to continue this in the last 2 holes by making 2 clusters in each, and I'll meet you back up when we make it to the end of the round. Once we have finished the second round, it should look like this. And from here, we're just going to find that first double crochet, skipping the first 3 chains and going right into that first double crochet, we're gonna do a slip stitch. Put your hook through the 2 loops, yarn over and pull through. First loop into the second one, just like that. And now we have completed row 2. To start row 3, we're just gonna go ahead and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna turn our work. And now we have these middle pieces. Now for that last row we had just done, we had only done corner pieces which have 2 clusters. This third row has corner pieces but also has some middle pieces as well. So we're gonna be doing just 1 cluster in each of those, and I'll show you how to do that. To do the first cluster, we're just gonna be doing 2 double crochets because this 3 chains that we have done counts as the first one. This was a little middle piece, so yarn over, we're going to go through into that corner piece and we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1. And since this is a corner piece, we're going to chain 2 and we're going to do another cluster of 3 double crochets. And again, since this next one is going to be just a middle piece, we're just going to do 1 cluster. 1. Just like that. And then again, since this one is a corner piece, we're going to do 2 3 double crochet clusters separated by 2 chains. So 1 double crochet, 2, 3, chain 2, 3 more double crochets. Just like that. Continue this pattern along the rest of the square and I'll meet you back up when we make it to the end. Okay, again we're going to slip stitch into the first double crochet to join the round together, just like that. Now basically we're just going to be doing the same thing all the way around, continuing the pattern, doing 2 double crochet clusters in the corner pieces separated by the 2 chains, and then the rest are just double crochet clusters in each hole all the way around. So again, to start the round, we're just going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn, and we're going to do 2 double crochets to start the first cluster. 1, and the next one is a corner piece, so we're going to be doing 2 clusters in that one separated by 2 chains. First cluster, chain 2. Second cluster, the next one, we're just going to do 1 double crochet cluster. Continuing this pattern around, you will be completed with round 4. Okay, and just like that, you're done with round 4. Again, to connect it, we're going to do a slip stitch into the first double crochet. And just like that, you're now finished. You can cut off your string, and then you have your granny square. Adorable! I'm going to cut off the string. Finish it off. Make this like a little coaster or even pot holder. There are so many different projects you can do with granny squares, and also when you change colors, they look very pretty also as well. And there you have it. Just go ahead and sew in your ends and then you have a completed granny square. There are so many different projects you can do with these. I've made a tote bag before. I've also made a tiny little bag, but there's even some like sweaters that you can do with granny squares. So it's a very easy pattern, especially for beginners, because it really only uses just that double crochet. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give this a like, and let me know down in the comments how your granny square turned out and if you're doing any projects with them, because I always like to know. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.